Can you believe that only 43% of small businesses who applied for business financing actually applied for? What up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we discuss financial wellness, mindset therapy, and real estate. There's 10 different ways that you can build business credit fast, right? And in the last video, we covered the first 5 ways that you can build business credit fast. And this, my friends, is part 2. So without further ado, let's jump right in. All right, guys, so let's do a quick recap. Now, in the last video, we talked about how you can build business credit with pay by invoice, credit monitoring services, on-demand payment reporting, secured credit cards, and corporate charge cards. If you didn't catch that video, however, I want you to do yourself a favor and just pause right here. Look down in the description for a link to part 1, and then join us back on this video after you finish that one. Now that you're back, let's go ahead and dive into 5 more ways that you can build business credit fast. And again, I will say this in every single video until I drill it into your heads. Building business credit takes strategy. You should absolutely have an end goal in mind whenever you start signing up for any of the following trade accounts that we're about to discuss in this video. So don't get caught up building business credit just so you can get access to other people's money. Because at the end of the day, guess who has to pay it back?
What, are you talking to me? Me?
You, even if your business can't. With that being said, if you have any questions, don't be shy. Please, let's make this an engaging one. So please drop a comment under this video and I will answer your question at my earliest possible convenience. Now, the 6th way that you can build business credit fast is through corporate store cards. So remember in the first video, we talked about pay by invoice options and how you should use these accounts to establish a solid foundation for your business credit profile, right? Well, this is honestly the second best way that you can do so. A corporate store card is a credit card granted to a business, not a business owner, which makes this much different than a business credit card. Whenever you apply for a corporate store card, the application will be EIN only, but most of the time you'll see an option to provide a personal guarantee, which is what we call a PG, to improve not only your payment terms, but your credit limit. If you got good credit, of course. But let me give you a little tip of how you can tell the difference between the two. Now, whenever you see a business credit card with the MasterCard or Visa emblem on it, you can go ahead and bet your bottom dollar that it's going to require a personal guarantee every single time where they're going to give you a credit check. But whenever you see one that doesn't have a MasterCard or a Visa emblem on it, that's a clear indication that that is actually a corporate card that you can most likely only use at that location or at that business or service. So a perfect example would be the 2 different credit cards that Sam's Club offers to businesses. And I'm gonna give you another example that fits in the same category. So whenever you go and you try to apply for a fleet card or a gas card or a fuel card or whatever you want to name it, you'll notice some of them have the MasterCard or the Visa emblem and some don't. So the ones without it, you can pretty much only use it within that fuel network, but the ones with the emblem, you can use pretty much anywhere Visa or MasterCard is accepted. So that's the big difference, and I want you to think about that anytime you're about to apply for one. But the key thing here, most important thing, is to find corporate cards that will report your utilization and most importantly, your payments to the major business credit reporting agencies. Now, the 7th way that you can build business credit fast is through unsecured business credit cards. And this is easily everyone's favorite and usually a top priority for any e-commerce business. Now, unsecured business credit cards usually report to Experian, and I'm talking about business Experian, which is one of the most important business credit reporting agencies. So for an example, both American Express and the Chase business credit cards actually report to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. So that's really, really good anytime you can find one that reports to all 3 of the major business credit reporting agencies. Now, a key takeaway here is anytime you're about to apply for a business credit card, keep in mind your approvals will be heavily based on your personal or consumer credit scores, which is why they're going to pull your credit every single time. So with this in mind, you want to stay away from any business credit cards that also report to your personal credit reports like Capital One Spark, because it kind of goes against the whole point of utilizing a business credit card. That way you can keep personal and business separate. Now, one of my favorite unsecured business credit cards is Capital on Tap, because they tend to offer much higher initial credit limits for businesses with over at least 6 months of age, which is their minimum. You got to have at least 6 months in business. But as long as you do have that in your personal credit scores, or let's say above average, then yeah, you should definitely check out Capital on Tap. And if you want to learn more about Capital on Tap, I did make a video about it about a year ago that's still very accurate, and I'll drop a link for that one in the description below. Next, the 8th way that you can build business credit fast is by utilizing a business CD account. A business certificate of deposit account allows you to save money while building business credit by choosing a set amount that you will deposit into a savings account, while having each of those deposits count as a business loan payment. Now this, my friends, is one of the oldest tricks in the book and ways of how you can establish a relationship with the bank, and it still works today. Now, the key takeaway here is, although yes, you are saving money for your business, the average interest rate is pretty low. So don't expect to see your money grow much at all. Now, the average CD term is 12 months and also requires you to fund a new account with at least $500 or more. Now, if you're not in need of a business loan at the moment and you're in the process of repairing your personal credit, I do recommend starting off with at least a 6-month CD. That way you can work on getting in the good graces of your bank, which then allows you to come back later and take advantage of the next item on my list, which is a business line of credit. Yes, the 9th way that you can build business credit fast is through a business line of credit. Now, most of your business funding gurus will tell you that credit card stacking is actually the fastest way to raise capital, which I would agree if it's done correctly. And that's a big old if, because business credit card stacking, in my opinion, is very risky at the same time. And most of these credit card issuers have kind of caught on to how popular credit card stacking is. Therefore, they've started to implement little things in effort to stop us from doing it. For example, we used to be able to say, okay, this card is going to automatically pull from this credit bureau, but they're starting to put things on like a ticker where it'll periodically change which credit bureau it's going to pull. But even besides that, one of the biggest reasons why I'm saying it is because I own a credit repair company, right? I deal with entrepreneurs on the daily who have bad credit. And one of the fastest ways that entrepreneurs are digging themselves or burying themselves into credit card debt is through credit card stacking. Now, in reference to a business line of credit, one of the things that I love about it, right, is most of the time they'll start you off with a higher limit. And then just like a business credit card, if you do a good job and you're paying everything on time, they will raise your limit in a very generous way. Now, lastly, on top of everything I just mentioned, a business line of credit is a much safer option, right? It's even a better and more safer alternative to a business loan, because whenever you get a business line of credit, you can technically only take what you need, pay for that and pay interest on that, sometimes not even pay interest, and then you can reserve the rest. Now, let me tell you a little known fact that might blow your mind. I know it did when I first read this stat. So according to a survey held by the Federal Reserve in 2023, can you believe that only 43% of small businesses who applied for business financing actually applied for a business line of credit? So what that tells me is that most business owners either just don't think they can qualify for one, or they simply don't understand the value it truly holds, especially considering most business lines of credit report to business credit reporting agencies. Lastly, the 10th way that you can build business credit fast is with a microloan. Now, this one is not recommended for new businesses, but experienced businesses that have yet to take advantage of funding for various reasons. If you genuinely need business funding to grow your corporation, getting a microloan, which is a loan under $50,000, is a great way to prove yourself to lenders. Now, of course, you need to make sure you actually have an immediate need for this funding, but with a proper business plan and strategy, you can definitely use a microloan not only to build business credit and improve your risk rating, but also scale your business and increase your revenue, because that's what it's all about, right? Increasing your sales. And the top 5 factors of approval for any business loan includes, first, your credit scores, and that's both personal and business. Number 2, time in business. Number 3, your industry type. Number 4, your loan purpose. And number 5, probably most importantly, your cash flow and business reserves. So before you apply for any business loans or business funding, honestly, I want you to take all 5 of these factors into consideration to determine if you're in a good position financially. Now, if you guys want to learn more about how to improve your odds of getting approved for corporate credit cards, unsecured credit cards, business lines of credit, or micro loans, you should definitely join my private community on the school platform, where you get access to not only me, but all of my courses, so you can soak up as much information in great, and I do mean great, minute detail, plus get access to other exclusive content with over 60 plus educational videos that you will not find on my YouTube channel or anywhere else for that matter, at a super duper low price. All right, guys, I just told you the 10 different ways that you can build business credit fast. And now you know what to do. If you found anything in this video even remotely helpful, insightful, or whatever you want to call it, do me a favor, man. Drop a comment on this video. Let me know your 2 cents. Make a comment, question, whatever. That way I can engage with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or whatever time of the day it is when you're catching this video. And I'll catch you on the next one.